Good evening, all of you. So today I just wanted to go over my personal top 5 weight loss mistakes and weight loss mistakes I've seen others do that you see someone doing something, just if it works for them, it works for them. That's what gets their ass off and into working out, into doing something, burning some calories. So I just don't say anything, but I really think a lot of people could benefit from this and, hopefully stop doing the same mistakes that I did. That way you can see better results in the long run. So, starting off, the biggest mistake that I see always is just drastically slashing your calories. Let's say, my TDEE is 26 to 2700 2700 as in 2700 calories a day. That's what I would have to eat to maintain. So a lot of people actually don't even know that there's TDEE, that there's a BMR or RMR, all these things that they can use to figure out their optimal energy consumption that they should be eating to lose weight, and they'll just slash their calories all the way down to I don't know, 1300, maybe even lower. And the weirdest thing is I've seen lose it. Now there's a lot of apps I think you can use that give you an estimate of what you should be eating. There's Lose It, there's MyFitnessPal, there's others, but those are the two main ones that I know personally. And I would say that Lose It, I remember the first time that I ever used it, it had me eating at 1600. And being a noob, right, and I'm sure a lot of other people have felt this, I was like, oh, 1600, okay, that's what I'm gonna eat. And that's how I started. I just went straight to 1600, which, not good, alright, because the mistake that you make with this is you're revolving kind of your whole life around number on a scale. Okay, if you lose, let's say most people would probably let's say you're trying to lose a pound, max 2 pounds a week, that and 8 pounds in a month. Most people might lose maybe a little more than in their first week because of water intake and all that. They're gonna be peeing more, they're sweating more and all that, so water retention is less. But the first week you'll see more weight loss, and also more how do I say this without being rude? Just fuck it. Obese people, more heavier people, they're gonna be losing more weight also because they need more calories, more energy in order to keep them alive and moving and functioning and all that. So yeah, the number on a scale, right, it shouldn't be going more than 2 pounds a week. All right, and what I would personally recommend is use the Harris Benedict formula or the Ketch McArdle, I think, formula that I provided on the other videos, or just plug it in a TDE calculator. You can just Google it and they use the same formula. Alright, so go ahead and figure it out what your TDE is, and then just take away 15 to 25% of that. I would say 30% max, but if you're going to do 30%, only do this for a month. Alright, and then raise it a little bit back up, because this is what's gonna kind of lead on to my second point. But when you're losing this much weight, all right, if it's going over 2 pounds, what you're actually doing is you're losing more muscle than you are fat. And what this does is it kind of just comes back at you. All right, it's totally it's weird, all right, but you're losing this weight, okay, but then now you're losing muscle, right? And muscle is more it's how do I say this? It's an it's more of an active tissue than fat, all right? Each pound of muscle is like 50 calories extra that you can eat. So now that you're losing more muscle, and let's say over like some course of time you lose 10 pounds of muscle, and then maybe like, I don't know, 10 pounds of fat, so half and half. So yes, you lost some fat, but now you can only eat 500 calories less than you could when you started. So, what's really important is you're not drastically cutting too much. What I do is I figured out my TD is 25 to 2700, correct? Alright, so I just eat 2100, 2200, alright, and the rest I burn it off. That's what you gotta do. Is you shouldn't be eating so little. You need to be burning it more than you are eating less, because you want to be supporting your body's ability to make muscle. All right, you need to be feeding your muscles but burning the fat. All right, kind of like that book from Tom Venuto. So create a deficit of 500. The way I would do it is maybe eat 200 to 300 calories less, and then the difference burn it off. All right, like just do whatever gets you out there, okay? But don't eat too little, all right? Because you want to be keeping your lean mass. That way you can be eating more, all right? And so my second point is that, all right, you're dieting, you're doing all this, you're doing cardio, and only cardio. Yeah, all right. See, the problem with this is not only is cardio like really long, all right, it's just boring. Like, I mean, like, not cardio as in going out for like sprinting, which isn't cardio. It is cardio in a way, but it's high intensity interval training. But you're like on a treadmill or just on what are those, the little bikes, stationary bikes, or an elliptical. You go on there 30 minutes to an hour and you call that a day. All right, so again, this overlaps with number one, because if you're only doing cardio, you're not giving your muscle the stimulus you need for it to be growing, okay? You're not causing the micro tears in the fibers, in the muscle fibers, in order for when you eat right, for that to repair overnight and then come back stronger in the next week and the week after that and progress over that. You're not going to be able to, you're just losing more and more muscle just doing cardio and skipping weightlifting. So that's my second point, is you need to be weightlifting, all right? And you need to be weightlifting heavy, all right? Don't like compound exercises, deadlifts, squats, bench press, all right, things like that, things that involve a lot of muscles to be working together. That's going to be your basis for strength, all right? It's your foundation, and you want to make sure that you're progressing on those, significantly. Not like, ooh, 1 week you were, I don't know. I'll give you an example for me. My first week of benching, maybe I could do, if I remember, how much does the bar weigh? 45. All right, add 2 10s, no, 2 15s. 30, all right, 15 times 2 is 30, plus 45 is 75. I could only do 75 pounds my first week, right? And this was before Athlete X, right? But let's say on my second month, I was actually doing 45s on each side, 6 or 8 times, one of those. But either way, you see, that's from 15s to 45s, like, I don't know why, but 45s is like the magic thing, just because it's so huge, So you want to be doing that in your things, and just make it like a good split. Like, look up push pull leg or pull leg push, things like those, all right? These are going to allow you to have better recovery. And don't be scared to weightlift if you're a girl, okay? You have no idea how many women tell me, hey, I'm just going to do cardio, I'm not going to weightlift because I don't want to look bulky. You're not going to go looking from this, all right, from this to this, right? Like instantly, all right? No way. The way I look was after like so many months of training. I'm not even that big. All right, so um, it takes years of dedication, being strict, working out, being consistent to look like those bodybuilder females, and some steroids if you're not gonna be natty. So do not worry about that. Lifting weights is gonna be one of your main foundations for losing weight and keeping a lean body and being able to eat more. Okay, so that goes to my third point. You need to count your calories. All right, a lot of people think they can just eyeball it and memorize it. All right, all these calories, right? And they'll end up recording it just like I did. You'll be like, whoa, wait, whoa. All right, it might be too little, it might be too much, and for me it was too much. So you just plug it in. Just plug it in. You maybe you eat consistently, kind of the same thing. So maybe track for 1 or 2 weeks what you're eating, and then just go off that knowledge. So at least now you have an idea of what you're eating. That way you don't have to be like having an educated guess, or educated guess on this. All right, so go ahead and count your calories. Like I brought up earlier, you can use MyFitnessPal or you can use Lose It. Right, those both are free. They're just fine. You can also just look up calorie counter online. It's so easy to find and track all these calories. They even have like a photo thing or to scan the barcode on a food product, and it just brings up the thing, and it's perfect. Like it doesn't take that long. You can do it like a whole day of tracking in just like 2 minutes. So do yourself that favor to at least make sure that you're eating what you need to be eating. And you can also look at your macros, right? That's something important, is that you want to be looking at your macros and seeing if that's working for you, right? So yeah, and make sure you're eating a decent amount of protein, you're not being scared of carbs, and that you're fat, you're taking your healthy fats, right? And oh yeah, I this would kind of be my fourth point, but let's say this is my fourth point, right? So earlier I brought up that you're skipping weightlifting, okay? And then I said that you're only doing cardio. All right, now you're only doing cardio, and you're assuming that those calories that you're burning off the machines, like little number, like it's so cute, but it'll tell you maybe you burnt 500 calories in like 30 minutes or an hour or whatever you were doing on the treadmill. Like that estimation is totally inaccurate, because every person is different. And what actually I would recommend is you get yourself like a Fitbit or something that you can see, and it'll check like your heart rate and all these things. But don't just rely on that number on the machine. All right, again, like don't just rely on that number, right? All right, so now don't like I said, right? So you're only doing cardio, change it up, all right? Don't just be doing low intensity interval cardio like treadmill for a long ass time, all right? That has to be boring. Come on, like spice things up a little bit. Get a jump rope. All right, here, let me get some boxing gloves. Go box. Freaking, where's my jump rope? It's downstairs. But get a jump rope, a speed jump rope, a weighted jump rope. Today I tried a weighted jump rope. It had me sweating like totally like everywhere. Okay, and it was only a 30-minute workout. Intense, all right? But why? Because it was a high intensity interval work, and that's what I mean by changing things up. Like, don't just be doing one form of cardio, all right? Try intervals of different things, like go sprinting, go swimming, play a sport. I do boxing. That's my sport right now, all right? And what we do in there's like intervals of different workouts, all right? Box jumps, heavy bag work, sparring, running, because when you run on that treadmill, you it's also like less beneficial. But I would say treadmill is okay if you like that overweight, because it could be a lot on your legs to be like doing all this, but once you work up to that point where you can go out and run, there's a lot of benefits to that too. You're going to be working your glutes, your leg muscles more, and it can even probably help you recover better, right? So yeah, try high intensity interval training, right? Do yourself that favor. You'll be burning a lot of calories in a short period of time, right? Like my online coach says, Jeff, you can train long or you can train hard, but you can't do both. You really cannot do both. All right, you're not gonna be doing sprints for an hour. That's some shit, bro. I can barely do it for 15 minutes, like all out. You cannot keep that up for an hour. You're gonna be sweating so much. You've burned a lot of calories, and also you have a little beneficial extra calories from your elevated heart rate that you're gonna be burning throughout the day. All right, and also, should I mention that elevated heart rate comes with weightlifting too, and it's the greatest between cardio or HIIT. That's gonna have the biggest elevated heart rate throughout the day, right? And doing these things just, they're fun, all right? And that goes to my fifth point is you're not being consistent enough, all right? Some people are like, oh, why can't I do, like, is it okay if I eat this or that? Like, if you have to ask yourself that, that's not a good thing, all right? Just, when you're starting to get into this journey, right? Maybe that's fine at first, okay? Like, if you're like me and you were eating, like, you need to have the will to go from eating like 2 bags of Takis a day and all these other things to like not even craving Takis, alright? I don't even crave them anymore. That's the will that you need to eventually get to if you're serious about your health and fitness, alright? But in the beginning, maybe you can go from, instead of eating 2 bags of Takis, maybe you just eat 1, and then from 1 to 1/2, and then 1/2 to 1/4, to the little bags, from half of that big bag to one of those little bags, to like one bag like once a month, and doing that will in the long run be a lot better for you and your goals, all right? But also, in being consistent, have fun with your workouts. Do not do the treadmill if you don't like it. Do not sprint if you don't like it. Don't jump rope if you don't like it. Don't do boxing if you don't like it. Don't play basketball if you don't like it. Do something you like. And there's so many things out there to do. Like, you're definitely gonna find something. Fucking play tennis, or I don't know, take your dog for a walk, or sorry, kind of itchy there, or something. But there's so many options, all right? So there's really no excuse for you not to find something that you like, because finding something that you like will help you be consistent, and working out will not feel like you're working out, but instead of like a habit, it's maybe you get addicted to it in a sense of a way, and it's just like, it just helps you feel better, helps you perform better, and helps you look better. So there's all those added benefits. But yeah, that's my top 5 kind of weight loss mistakes, right? Don't, to recap, just don't drastically cut your calories. The weight on the number on the scale is one of the things that should help you track your progress, but it shouldn't be the majority. Look at your body fat, all right? Like, it's gonna be inaccurate, the reading on the body scale, but the progress on the body scale, if you have an analyzer of your body on that scale, the progress of your body fat is gonna be accurate, okay? And also, look at the mirror. Friends are gonna tell change, all right? So don't just rely on that scale. Second thing is, do not skip weightlifting. Go and lift heavy, 8 to 10 reps of your 1 rep max, okay? Like, you want to be doing that in order so you can be eating more, all right? Don't, like now with my leaner body, I can eat more, all right? Versus before, maybe I would have had to eat 1900, I don't know, something like that. But like, I was literally like trying out, like, to figure out what my and this might not even be my 2700, might not even be my actual maintenance, caloric intake, because for like a week or two I just ate like 2700 through like 2800, 2900 calories. I gained zero weight. All right, I lost 0.1 pounds. All right, in those 2 weeks. So maybe, who knows, but. And so I'm eating from 2100 to 2300, just depending on my energy. I mean my hunger levels that day. And if I'm doing boxing, I might do 2700, 2800, somewhere around that. But all right, so also for the third point, track your calories. It doesn't have to be forever, but don't just eyeball it, right? Because you're just gonna be shooting in the dark, right? If you want to be going somewhere fast, don't just go somewhere fast and not know where your destination is. You want to have a clear route of where you're going. And don't just do cardio. Vary up your training, right? It's gonna be a lot better for you. It's gonna bring a lot more power to you and explosiveness, and it'll be fun. That's my fifth point. Make it fun. Be consistent, all right? Like, don't drag yourself on this, right? Like, if you're like, oh, I have to go work out earlier, you gotta do something different, all right? When I'm at school, all right, and I'm doing all these things, I'm like, oh, I can't wait until later. I can go and hit the bags. I can go and work out. I can go and lift weights. I can go and see the community that I have, right? And maybe that's something you can look into, is a team sport, because the communities that you can meet, like, they'll just be motivating you more. Get a workout partner. It's fucking amazing. Unfortunately, there's one person, but I mean, like, it's hard for us to like work out together. But aside from that, there's no one else that I know that would want to work out consistently with my schedule with me. So rip. But that's where the team sport of boxing comes in. I have my coach and I have all my friends at the boxing place. So yeah, it keeps me motivated and keeps me going. So I just hope these can help you, with your journey. I'm going to be linking down below the video of the TDEE, and if you're too lazy to watch it, do the math for yourself. I'm going to link, sometimes I'm just going to Google something and I'm just going to link that site, alright? I'm going to link Lose It, okay? Then what else? I'll see what else I can link to see if it could be helpful for you guys. But yeah, just stay consistent, right? Eat healthy and have fun with it.